Hello and welcome back to more Theros Beyond Death Draft. We got as our rare Mantle of the Wolf. So this is enchant creature. They get +4/+4. And when this is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, you make two 2/2 green wolves. So on the front side, it's a 4 mana give 4/4. And then on the back side, if it dies, you get 2 wolves. So it's kind of good in both states of the game. There's the Caryatid, which I think is quite good. Devour of Memory we saw like 2 drafts ago. That card was nice. And the rest of this pack is not that exciting. I mean, Warden of the Chained is something to consider. I'm not super into like first picking multicolored cards, but it does hit hard. And this card is good for some combos, but it's like a really good common rather than like an uncommon. This card is just too expensive, I think. If it gave Trample, it would be insane, but it doesn't really give Trample, so I don't know how to evaluate it too much, but it's almost certainly worse than Mantle of the Wolf. And my mantra is try out the rares early, so we're going to try this and see what happens. Person passing to us took an uncommon, which makes sense. In this pack we have Dreadful Apathy, which is 3 mana just kill anything. That's really nice. Dreamstalker Manticore. This card kind of just does everything. It's a 4/2 for 3 mana, which already hits really hard. Whenever you cast out with Flash, it does a bunch of damage. If we want enchantments, we can play this one, gives trample and all that. Whenever enchantment enters the battlefield, it gets +1/+1. So if you play this as a 2/2, and then you play an enchantment, it becomes a 3/2. That's okay. I think I kind of want to just take Dreadful Apathy. It just does everything. It kills something, and that's really, really good. Let's see, what even is in this pack? 2 swamps. Sentinel's Eyes, +1/+1 and Vigilance is okay. Whenever enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you controlled that was attached to it. So this plus Mantle of the Wolf is kind of a nice combo. It basically stops you from getting blown out. It is in black. There's also Mire Triton. 2 mana 2/1 Death Touch, combos well with some enchantments, and you mill yourself for 2. I kind of like that more than Sentinel's Eyes. And I think I like that more than Hateful Eidolon. So I'll just take the Mire Triton, keeping in mind like Ichthomorphosis or whatever is still in the pack, and some good blue cards, but I don't know if it's worth going into blue just for a Vexing Gull or a Shoal Kraken. One option would be taking Altar of the Pantheon, but I think I'm going to take the Mire Triton here and see where we get. Okay, so I'm not seeing too much white. I'm seeing a decent amount of red. So Furious Rise, if we have a lot of high power creatures, you basically get to like draw 2 cards a turn as long as you play the card you drew right away. Minions Return I was high on, but I'm a bit lower on this. I don't think that card is as good. It's still good, but it's not like the best card. Venomous Hierophant, 4 mana 3/3. So we could go take this and go pretty easily into like green-black escape. We have some self-mill going on. And that archetype is really good. That being said, black is kind of cut, and we could like maybe red-green is open. Maybe I just take Moss Viper and like mulligan this pack, because I'll play Moss Viper in any deck I get. I'm cool with that. We're taking Moss Viper just because I would like to be green and I want to stay open. I don't know what cards, like what colors are necessarily open yet. So we're just kind of waiting, because if I had taken a black card, I would have been cemented to black, but Heliod's Pilgrim is great here. I can find Dreadful Apathy and Mantle of the Wolf. Staggering Insight, that's a pretty late one as well, but I would rather take the Pilgrim and then see what shows up next. Another creature you control attacks, it gets +0/+1. I like that. I like Transcendent Envoy. 2 mana 1/2 flyer is already a really good rate. I kind of like that more than Glory Bearers. Maybe I'm undervaluing this card. It is a 4 mana 3/4, which kind of blocks everything, but this does a lot. I'm just going to take the Envoy. Okay, so white is open, I think, and green is probably open too, Cetacean Training, but Presence is great. It's another target for Pilgrim, and first strike, if we put this on a Moss Viper, for example, we could just hit through everything, so definitely going to take that. So green-white seems to be open. Pretty glad that I didn't go deep in on black in that one pack. And this is kind of the value of staying open. Hopefully we can see if I've correctly identified the open lane, then in packs 2 and 3, you know, I missed out on a couple good cards that were in black and red. But if white is truly the open lane, we're going to get paid off going forward. And there are way more cards left in the pack than cards that we missed out on. So overall, this is going to be much, much better for us. We get like Flicker of Fate. So Flicker of Fate, Mantle the Wolf is a very real combo. I think you can... Dreadful Apathy, Flicker of Fate might be a combo, actually. You can... I think that works. 3 mana? No, because it's no longer enchanted. I don't know if that works. What I'm saying is like you activate the ability and then flicker it. Otherwise there's this, which just taps stuff down. Or Gift of Strength. I think I like the Unicorn. This effect, like tapping your opponent's thing, seems really good, especially because there are a lot of like auras with flash in the format, so you can tap them down on their turn. And that is a very real, very good thing. Here I'm going to take Hero of the Pride for curve consideration. That is a late Devourer of Memory. So I don't really know what's going on in this pack because white is open, blue-black is open, maybe green is not open. That is actually because I really haven't seen... I'm willing to, well, probably abandon my Moss Viper, maybe Splash Mantle the Wolf, but I guess I should keep that in mind, like, that green is kind of being cut. It's hard to not get blinded by your first pick, right? You like take this and you're like, I got good green cards, I want to draft green, but we first picked this, so that tells us nothing about what's going on in the pod. And, you know, if green cards are not coming around and instead we're getting like pretty good red cards, going into maybe red-white could be an option. I don't know how I feel about Mirror Shield. It's very expensive and there aren't that many Death Touchers. So I'm just going to take Hero of the Games and kind of put it over here. Like, red and green seem like good candidates. Hopefully we can wheel that blue-white enchantment. That would be absurd. Alright, so I think the blue enchantment is quite good, but Sentinel's Eyes is decent in this deck. We have a couple cards we would like to put it on, and it's also white, so it keeps us the most open. Wow, okay. That is a very late Karametra's Blessing, but I'll take it. So white is open, and blue seems a little bit open. I'm just seeing some late, like, not high pick blue cards, but just like out of all the cards in the pack, there's only blue cards left, which could be something. I'll keep that in mind for the next pack. Like if I open a blue rare, I'll be more inclined to try and move into it, things like that. Yeah, like this is kind of ridiculous. I'm gonna take the sword because I will play this in most decks. And I'm not super excited about that Nyxborn Seaguard. Like, even if I was in blue, I wouldn't want to play that card, at least in an aggressive deck. It's good in like a blue-green Dirtle deck because it has a big booty and it just blocks well, but 2 power is not that exciting. I don't know if I want this many Sentinel's Eyes, but we'll see what happens. If we get a lot of the 1-mana creatures, the 1-mana 1/2, we can turn it into like a 2/3 Vigilance that is temporarily a 3/4 and kind of get ahead that way. That could be good. Okay, well, think I'm going into blue. I've been very, very fortunate in these rounds. So for those who haven't seen this card, I opened it, actually got past this in my very first draft, but this is essentially 7 mana win the game. It makes a Kraken, taps all permanents, and they don't untap, which is something I didn't even realize. And then you steal something they control and you untap it. Like, it does everything. We're gonna take this, hope to wheel Sea God's Scorn maybe, but at this point it doesn't matter. We want to be a little bit more set up for the late game now, and I'm just playing blue. This card is worth going deeply into blue for, even if it's not that open. Number one, we know it is quite open, and number two, it's just good, man. I think I want to run 1 Sentinel's Eyes, but not 2, because the value of this card goes down quite a bit as you're like trying to skate both of them. But that's good. Okay, so this pack we have Bronzehide Lion. So it gains indestructible, and then when it dies, it comes back as an aura that gives enchanted creature indestructible. Dawn Evangel, 3 mana 2/3. Whenever a creature dies, if it had an aura attached to it, you can get back a creature. That's decent. Altar of the Pantheon will help us get up to Kiora Best's the Sea God. And then the Ichthyomorphus is also kind of nice. I kind of am tempted to take green cards here. Like, I want Mantle of the Wolf in the deck because it's good. This card seems really, really strong as well. Like, you just play this and it can't die. I might be able to wheel some altars. I'm going to go for that plan. Just draft like a sweet 3-color like Bant auras with likely a splashed Kiora Best's the Sea God as the top end. But there's like a good amount of mana fixing in green. So First of all, we're splashing 2 like really good rares. Oh wow. What is this? 3 mana 3/3 Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. Well, that's good. Put the top 3 cards of your library in the graveyard. This only gets creature or lands. I'm not in love with that. That's good if you have a lot of like escape stuff, but we actually don't have any of that yet. I kind of want to take Omen of the Sun. It's a enchantment, so if we played instant speed, it's good with a unicorn. Gives us creatures, can scry us into the sea god. Yeah, I don't think I can splash that many colors, so I'll just take the Omen here and be pretty happy about it. There's a Dreadful Apathy. There's actually a lot of good cards here. I'm really not into this card. Just, I don't like that you choose at random. There's no like strategy to it. It's just like, does my opponent have a 2 mana kill spell? Do they have a 3 mana? I don't like it, but Apathy's good. Chimera is insane. Sunmane Pegasus is also good. Given the composition of our deck, we're just gonna take the Apathy. Daybreak Chimera, Favored of Erois. So this can become a first striker or double striker. And I do have quite a few enchantments. Double strike is good with Commanding Presence. All right, that makes me want to play more Sentinel's Eyes as well. Sure, passing a lot of Daybreak Chimeras though. I don't like doing, maybe I just take the Chimera actually. You know what, I'm just gonna take the Chimera. It's such a good like defensive play. Oof. Heliod's Pilgrim versus Altar of the Pantheon. Pilgrim is really nice in this deck, so I think I'm gonna take it. It just tutors up a Dreadful Apathy, but kind of hurts to have to pass an altar there. I mean, I could not play this card, but I think it's worth warping our mana over. And like, again, we don't have to play these green cards. And then we can just easily play like a 10-7 mana base. Wow. Unlimited Daybreak Chimeras. I think I have to take this over One with the Stars. They're just going really late. Hopefully they wheel. I don't think they will. Blue was coming around last pack, but even getting 2 is pretty nice. This card is really, really, really nice. I'm a bit confused by this pack, I'm gonna be honest. Why are there so many black-red cards going around? I guess I take the Turtle? We'll take Mirror Shield, I guess. It does give hexproof. So, like, you can equip Mirror Shield and then attach a bunch of auras. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do? Wait, Sea God Scorn actually came around? I was kind of joking when I said that, but it seems really nice. This seems pretty good, but I don't have that many creatures with power 2 or less, so I'm just gonna... Oh man, Flicker of Fate is also really good with Heliod's Pilgrims. I don't know, I guess I'll take this just to try it. I don't think this was the correct pick, but I was running out of time. If I knew I was for certain playing blue, I would have just taken Sea God's Revenge. And maybe I should have just committed to blue at that point and taken it. Because I'm not in love with this card. And then like, this card's great, but not necessary. I don't think this card is nearly as good as Cure Best's the Sea God. So... if we can get the fixing, that's great. If not, oh well. But yeah, I have literally 2 creatures that this can get back. There's our altar. I think I need to take altar over Ichthyomorphosis. So we'll take that. So we have at least 1. We can make this work. Karma Remeptra's Blessing. I think I kind of like this looting ability. This can dig us closer to Cure Best the Sea God. Although actually, maybe Plummet is just correct here. As a sideboard card. Yeah, I could see that being true. Because I don't need too many of these because my deck is like not that aggressive. Like when you use a combat trick as a removal spell when you're like curving out and attacking your opponent, it's really, really nice. But we have a lot of removal and our deck is like very 3 mana heavy. In fact, I really don't like this card that much. I should have not taken it. I already regret that. It's, maybe it'll get better. Especially with Sentinel's Eyes, that could be good. Because then if we like trade off our 2 mana plays, I think you can target the creature that died. So like, you can just get the creature back. Maybe that's decent. Okay, well, I think blue and white are both open. Look at these late picks. Sunmane Pegasus, I think this card is very good. It blocks like everything. And we got the Blessing, so 2 packs in, we have a deck. Pack 3, we basically need to fix some things. What do I even want to cut? I didn't see any of those Chimeras come back around, which makes sense. It's like the best white common probably, aside from Dreadful Apathy, but that's rough. So in this pack, I would like to either find fixing for green or upgrade these green cards into blue cards. I think it is worth just putting this in my deck because it wins and we're like not that aggressive. I also didn't see any of the white 1-drops, so maybe someone is cutting like red-white enchantments, and so like we're not seeing those. I could definitely see that being the case. All right, pack 3, we got a lot of red cards. Hydra's Growth is a pretty good green card. So it puts a counter on a creature, and then every upkeep you double the counter. So if left unchecked, this card will just take over the game. But we just got to take more Dreadful Apathy. This card is great. We have so many now that we can like tutor up plenty with Heliod's Pilgrim and draw them naturally, and just kill all of our opponent's stuff. Here, so if I'm playing green, I could take the Elysian Caryatid. It's kind of like a splash for fixing type situation, because that card is better than the altar. It's also more likely to come around. So that's one option. And I guess that makes sense, because if I'm not playing green, then I don't even need the fixing. If I'm playing blue, this card's fine. That card's okay. Brine Giant could be like fine as well. Eidolon's pretty good actually. That can help us draw into Kiora. It comes down turn 1. And we do have a ton of removal, but that should wheel. So I'll take the Caryatid because it has upside. Basically, if we have a creature with power 4 or greater, this card alone gives us double blue. Triumphant Surge is good. More removal. This is like target creature gains protection from the color of your choice, so they just can't kill your stuff. I like that, and I like the removal. It's a 1/1 lifelink as well. Actually, that's pretty nice with the Dawn Evangel. If something dies, we just get back this. But I kind of want to take this Triumphant Surge as well and just have like infinite removal. Let's see, what enchantments do we have? We have Commanding Presence and Mantle of the Wolf as like our 2 things that we would like to protect. All right, I'll take this. We have a good amount of removal. This is a unique effect. I'm on board with it. And now we have like, we can get back the Caryatid with the Dawn Evangel. This is actually looking kind of splashable now, especially if I can get 2 of these. Then I can just play the double blue card and not really have to worry about how I'm going to get there. Well, I guess getting up to 4 power is the other somewhat challenging task for us. But we have some things that can get 4 power. We have the Pegasus. Shoal Kraken helps us loot. Pious Wayfarer is a 1-mana play. Is this card just better than I'm like giving it credit for? I feel like the Pegasus is better for our deck because we just have infinite removal, and a 2/3 Vigilance Lifelink attacks and blocks really well. So I'm just going to take that. So I have double Pegasus, double Chimera. I'm not actually in love with this Unicorn now because I only have 1 flash enchantment. So I could see like cutting the Unicorn. I'm not in love with the altar. I would like to have good mana in this deck, and cutting green seems like the most obvious way to get there, but we'll see what happens. So we have a 3-mana 3/3 with upside. That is something else actually. Normally like a 3-mana 3/3 limited was just good enough, but that's crazy. Witness of Tomorrows, Omen of the Sun, and Stern Dismissal. I mean, a 5-mana 3/4 flyer that has Scry seems really good, but this also seems pretty nice. 3 mana make 2 1/1s. Although, how much do the 1/1s actually matter here? Maybe not that much. Yeah, we're just going to go to the skies. Our deck is weak to Plummet, but I think at this point I'm committing to blue. I don't think I have the fixing for green, but these are pretty easy cuts anyway. That means I don't have to play Altar, and this is 23, and this deck looks fine. I just think this card is way better than what Mantle of the Wolf is going to do for us. And then like Bronze-Hide Lion and the Caryatid. I mean, Caryatid was just to cast this. And then Bronze-Hide Lion it's good. But when you have 7 mana win the game in your deck, you gotta play that, right? Elite Instructor helps us loot. I like the 2 mana 3/1, I think. I don't know if I'm playing it, but we want creatures with low CMC with Dawn Evangel, and we can have some pretty aggressive starts with Sentinel's Eyes. Alright. Now that's some reason to go into blue. We have Omen of the Sea. We also have a Revoke Existence. And then we have the fish blob thing. I kind of like that. We just have so much removal now. Like, it's pretty hard to be removal flooded when your deck is... I think this deck is good. I like that. I really like Omen of the Sea and Revoke Existence, but the fish blob, man. Just kill everything. I'm on board with that. Flicker of Fate is okay. We saw this before and it was fine. So cards with end of the battlefield are just Heliod's Pilgrim. I think that's it. And this is when they die. So Flicker of Fate is fine. Rumbling Sentry like blocks forever. But I think I like having this one trick. Like if they try and kill a creature, we can like blink it, gain value that way. We could use it to reset Kiora Best's the Sea God. Can you imagine? We go through stage 1 and 2. We let stage 3 trigger. We steal a thing, we Flicker of Fate. It's completely unnecessary, and once you've reached that point, you should just win, but something to consider. Deny the Divine. I do like having one counter spell, so I'll take that. Just gives us a little bit like, if it's something that, for example, has hexproof, or we know our opponent has Kiora Best the Sea God, for example, we can bring in Deny the Divine to counter it. And similarly, if we see our opponent playing blue and having tons of counter magic, we probably side out of our blue game plan, just bring in the green cards and go that way. Do I even start with it in the main deck? Maybe not. We'll see what I find. I don't know if I need this fish thing either. I want to stay like more or less. Ooh, Eidolon of Philosophy. I was just gonna say, oh, that is a good combo with Dawn Evangel. Whoa, 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 wait. I just discovered something. Eidolon of Philosophy plus Sentinel's Eyes. So you put an enchantment on it, and then you sacrifice Eidolon to draw 3 cards. Eidolon dies, so it goes back to your hand. Ooh, we got like a pretty good late game card draw engine going on now. Take the bronze. No, I'll take the island. It's pretty. I'm not going to play the sword. Yeah, I'm digging that card advantage engine now. You know, Lost Pride. I don't think I'm that aggressive. I could even get rid of a Sentinel's Eyes and just run 1. I kind of regret this pick as well. I don't think I want the bronze sword. It is good with like my flyers though, so maybe I do play it. Turns Heliod's Pilgrim into like kind of a threat. I don't know if I like this card in the deck. I guess it has lifelink. Wow, that's a late escape velocity. I'll take the Wayfarer. I don't know if my deck is that aggressive, but it could be. Okay, no respect for Underworld Dreams. That card's like genuinely good, even if you don't have Grey Merchants, which I imagine someone has at least one in their deck. Okay, so our last card to cut is probably Mirror Shield. I don't think I really need that. And I could bring in, so as far as things to bring in, I have Unicorn. Like, I don't think I'm really bringing in, what? No, dude! Oh man, that's kind of embarrassing. Anyway, I could bring in Sentinel's Eyes and Pious Wayfarer if I think I want to be like low to the ground aggressive. I do have these blessings, and like double Sentinel's Eyes plus Wayfarers can hit pretty hard, but I don't think I really need to do that. I think I would rather just like commit to having this much removal, playing a slower game, getting up to 7 and just winning either that way, or like putting a sword on the Chimera, or Sunmade Pegasus even just does things. Actually, Sentinel's Eyes on Sunmade Pegasus seems kind of tempting. Maybe I don't play Flicker of Fate and I just play 2 Sentinel's Eyes, because that lets us go off with Dawn Evangel. Yeah, let's do that actually. 14 and 3. 12-5? Because I want double blue, but I want double blue on turn 7. Yeah, 12-5 seems okay. And then I have to wait a little bit. See you guys round 1. Alright, we're playing against Fenrir Unchained. We won the die roll. This hand is fine. It's not the best, but as long as we can set up a turn, like Hero of the Pride plus Omen of the Sun is kind of nice. And then if we can like Commanding Presence the Hero of the Pride, get in like even 1 hit could be kind of good. Opponent did not mulligan. They sent us a message. Thank you. Don't want to let them know I have blue for as long as possible. We're playing red. Deal. There it is. Now we just need an island. Yeah, this card is unbeatable. It is a mythic rare, so that's fine. Like, you know, it's okay to have some mythics that are just like way too good. I'll play an island now. That way I can bluff the counter spell in case they have like a god at 3 mana and they want to like wait until after I don't have mana up. Because I'm bluffing the 3 mana counter spell that exiles. Whenever you cast a spell, creatures control get bigger. Sure. Well, we're gonna get in a hit with Commanding Presence. It actually hit for quite a bit of damage. That's a lot of lands, but we cool. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. That's so much. And there are actually very few kill spells in the format that do this. There's the fight in green, but that they would only do 3 damage. There's the red spell that they have to sacrifice a creature or an enchantment. But then we're getting like a 2.5 for 1, or like a 2 for 1 kind of, because we got in the hit and we got the creature. They're trading off for one of my 1/1s. Yeah, this is a pretty good situation. Yep, can't even block. That seems good. I'm not going to activate Omen because I do have some spells I could draw. Obviously, I draw planes now, but like we wanted to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, I did not want to hit any planes. So we attack for 4, put them down to 7. And 7 is the magic number. It is less than 8, so Kiora Best the Sea God will just be lethal there. We have 3 human soldiers back to block the Arena Trickster if they attack. Probably they won't be attacking, but we can at least threaten a triple block. Perforos. So he's a 7/6, gives everything haste, and they can speed in red creatures and artifact creatures. Alright, so end of turn, we're going to Omen. Okay, that's a lot of lands. Pretty happy I went with that. Now we get the Pegasus. As long as our next draw is an island, we're good. So let's attack. I think at this point I swing out. If they don't block here, they go to 1 life. And it's exceptionally hard to imagine them killing me. Maybe I should have swung out last turn too. This costs 3. Okay, I mean, if they have like 2 Eldrazi or something and can just get me. But I'm going to have a flying and a ground blocker back. So yeah, I think attacking out. I maybe should have done that last turn as well. I want to go into 1. I think I stand by it. So what gets us here? If they have the thing that does 4 damage to each creature, we die. Well, not we die, but that kills everything. They go to 1 life. I'm not going to play around a rare until I've seen it. Because that's the only thing, and that's not even that bad because we're 1 island away from Kiora Best the Sea God. This plays around, who knows, like them cheating into play 2 mythic flyers that have like 20 power or something. Okay, yeah, I figured. Top card was island? No, okay. So they're green-red stuff. This card seems pretty good against green-red. So I think I just bring that in and get rid of probably this. I want to get rid of something. I just want all the removals. What card don't I want? I'll get rid of one of these. Just have all removal and have like proactive plays. That instant is good. Like I think it's really nice, but if we're killing all their creatures, we don't need combat tricks. Well, there it is again. I will keep this hand. We just need to hit lands. Like lands and removal, we just like alternate. Like land, kill spell, land, kill spell. I'll be pretty happy. Well, did the order wrong, but as long as the next draw is land, then we're kind of in business. Playing the Alseid, the little naked Alseid out there. They have a 2/2. And if they kill something with this, then it's just exiled. That card is actually pretty good. Okay, that's not a land, but next turn we can draw land and everything will be fine. I could have played Sentinel's Eyes on the Alseid and attacked, but it seems better putting it on the flyer. Because I don't really want to trade off, I'd rather just like keep attacking, you know? I also don't have to draw land to be able to cast this. I will be taking 2, that's for sure. I actually want to see them activate. Uh-oh. Warden of the Chained. So they can double pump and swing with both. Bronze Sword. Not what I wanted to see. In fact, I thought I cited that out, but maybe not. Need lands, man. Definitely need lands. I think I just Dreadful Apathy their 4/4. Because this costs less. And then they can't attack or block, so now I get in for damage. And I kind of feel like just powering up this 1/1, like give it Sentinel's Eyes, Bronze Sword. I can even put Commanding Presence on it in a second. Give it First Strike. Yeah, because we're about to take 8 if we let them untap. I could have gone for the much greedier play and like targeted this, but they could have still double pumped and yeah, they could have just had that. So if I draw a land, I'm just going to slam Commanding Presence, I think. There's our land. I gotta make sure about my plays. I can also play a Daybreak Chimera, but this seems... So it'll go up to a 3-3. And if we swing with both, then this can't block. I'm actually okay with that. Get a 1-1 defensive dude. And I like putting it on the lifelinker. I don't know. It might be wrong long term, because like if we get to untap, then we could use this to protect our Transcendent Envoy, but if we get to untap, I think we're in a good position anyway, so I'd rather have them be forced to kill my 1-1 that doesn't do that much. 3 mana, so they're sacrificing something to kill the Alcyon. That's not bad. I mean, we get hit for 6. The other downside is we just lost a bunch of white devotion. I'm gonna take 6. Yeah, that was actually kind of bad. Okay, that's pretty good. So I can give this +1/+1 in vigilance. This only pumps up its power. And then I can have a defensive human soldier to block the Oracle. Transcendent Envoy has generated so much mana for me over this game already. So we stop their 4/4 from attacking. We hit for 3. Then we next turn can play Daybreak Chimera if nothing terrible happens. They swing with the Oracle, I might just take it. I'm okay with that. Perforos. Perforos is scary. Giving their stuff haste is scary, but they only have 2 cards in hand, and we're just gonna start jamming Chimeras now. Chimera. I haven't drawn any lands, but it doesn't matter. Hit them for 3 down to 8, and the next turn I have... Actually, I have lethal with the sword if they don't produce a blocker and I don't trade off. They have to do 12 damage too, so that's like kind of a lot. Right, this is 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, if they don't stay back on defense, I can just kill them. They can do this at any time, which is a little bit scary, but I'm just trying to think. You know, I'm not good at microphones. I'm very sorry for whatever just happened on your ears. I hit my pop filter and then it swung up and then it swung down and muted my microphone. I wasn't cut out for this life. I think opponent's like pretty dead. They thrill possibility, discarded thrill. They have so many thrill possibilities. Holy cow. So if they attack, I obviously take it. Yeah. Because I am threatening lethal. And if they pump, then I think the game's just over. Okay, so they're doing nothing. Dreadful apathy. Man, we have a lot of those. So we can go for the kill by equipping the sword. That plays pretty poorly into them having a removal spell. I'm at 10 life, they have 2 cards in hand. I think I'm safer just attacking here. Well, let's see. Because if they had the board wipe, that would be a little bit scary, because they could play it, wipe my board, and then I would have nothing. So I think we do just go for lethal. We equip sword here. If they have Perforos is whatever. I think this plays around more things. And like if they have to use something like Final Flare to kill my creature, that's fine. They still take 5 and they go to 3. So even if they kill my Daybreak Chimera, I still am threatening lethal in the air, and at that point I can just trade off with my human soldier on defense. So they need like a kill spell this turn, which means they only have 1 card in hand, and then they would need another kill spell next turn. Okay, what do you got? Do they have another spell here? So they're trading for the human soldier right now. If they have a 1 mana 1 damage spell, sure. I go down to 2. They have 1 card in hand, so they have to do 10 damage. It seems this can hit me for 3, 4, 5. I'm having a hard time imagining them winning, but it's not... I don't think it's impossible. I don't think there's a double strike card in the format. Alright, cool. See you guys round 2. Alright, we are here for round 2 against... I've got worms. That's unfortunate. On the draw, this hand's definitely a keep. We got a Hero of the Pride, double Heliod's Pilgrim, and Death Touch! Ah! Well, if they have too many of those, we do have that one, the shield thing, whatever that card is. Could be funny. What do I want to do here? Do I just trade off Hero of the Pride with a Moss Viper? Ooh, Caryatid. I think I might. The Caryatid is a little bit worrisome. Play Hero. No, I think if they attack with a Viper, I just take it. Because Hero of the Pride represents quite a bit of like offensive pressure. And I'd rather trade off a Heliod's Pilgrim, which is not that useful long game anyway. Nexus Wardens. That card seems good. You gain 2 life when an enchantment enters. Like, that's a big game. So I'm not going to be blocking with this, so we can attack. Or I could actually Sentinel's Eyes and do both. No, because I want a Heliod's Pilgrim. So I'm going to attack. If they block with Nexus Wardens, that's fine. Yeah, there we go. So now we get to... I don't feel the need to Dreadful Apathy yet. I want to Pilgrim. And this is going to grab Commanding Presence. That card is just so good with Hero of the Pride in particular. And this way, if they like don't plan for it, we can just get them. I'm not planning to play this next turn. Okay, well that's a lot of mana. Yeah, the Caryatid is really good. So let's start exiling some things. 1, 2, 3, Dreadful Apathy on you. I don't have the best attacks, so let's just pass turn. I'm deciding if I want to Sentinel's Eyes, but I think that's not correct. And they get a lot of mana, but we just have like basically relentless answers for everything they can play. Like we have Dreadful Apathy, we can Pilgrim for another Dreadful Apathy. Flummox Cyclops, okay. So they didn't hit any escape cards, which is good. We need to save our last Dreadful Apathy for if they do end up with like scary escape cards. I would also really like to be able to enchant this after I play the Blessing. So what did they get? The Horn Beetle. Sure. So that's going to go immediately up to 3/3. If another Caryatid, their deck is kind of spicy. This of Tomorrow's. Yeah, I'd like to draw a land before I play Commanding Presence. I think I'm just going to exile this thing. That way they can't get mana off the Caryatids, and their hand doesn't do very much. They have 1 card in hand. And then their Beetle doesn't level up, and then I just pass with Karametra's Blessing. Nexus Wardens, sure. Because like it's going to be very hard to race their deck. Attack with the Beetle. Well, if they have a removal spell, now is the time. It's a 3/3. I think I'm okay taking 3. I was considering a double block, but that just seems not necessary. Ooh, that seems good. That seems actually very good. No attacks. Pass turn. I can give that Vigilance. I can also protect it with Karametra's Blessing in a second. They have 1 card in hand. What? Am I dead? Okay, I guess I got blown out by that card. I think I'm dead, right? Block, block, block. Take exactly 21. Okay, that is something to look out for, I guess. I don't know if that card's good, but it definitely was good there. So whatever that means. So this can also kill creatures, and this can counter creatures. Because their deck seems pretty bent on like having big dudes in play. So we can get rid of like the Bronze Sword and a Karametra's Blessing to bring in Deny the Divine and Ichthyometamorphosis. Put in an island. I think I'm gonna add 2 islands. Because I'm not like super involved in like aggroing them out here. Mirror Shield is interesting because they do have that like Death Touch thing, but I think more or less my game plan with this, maybe I like Sword over Sentinel's Eyes. Yeah. I think my game plan with this matchup is just to win with Flyers. They didn't show like really any way to beat a lot of Flyers plus removal. And as long as I like keep track and like play around that uncommon, the one that just absolutely obliterated me, I think I'll be okay. Alright, let's do this again. We are gonna go first. And as always, we just need to draw lands. This deck has not drawn lands so well, but you can't mulligan a hand that's this good, right? Like, Cure Best to Sea God just wins. Opponent kept 7. We can lead with Eidolon. This is a 1/2. Moss Viper. I think I'm okay with this trade. Nice. So let's go ahead and play Hero of the Pride. So they get in for 1 with Moss Viper, then I get to attack for 2. Oh, they don't do anything. Okay. Here we go. Land. Attack with the Eidolon. Keep back Hero. play the Envoy. I know I could be holding up Deny to the Divine to counter their like 1/4 reaches or their mana creatures, but I think it's kind of better just to keep the Deny the Divine to deal with their big flyers. So we keep attacking here. Pass turn. I mean, this is not that bad of a situation. Sure, so they get a land. Double Nyxborn Colossus. One goes to hand. They don't have the mana to... Well, they actually get the land as well. I didn't realize... I didn't know that did both. That's kind of good. We're going to counter the Nyxborn Colossus, though. And we just want to draw running lands. Ooh, Heliod's Pilgrim's also good. So we attack. Nyxborn Colossus, it's a 6/7, but I can just... Yeah, we'll counter it, because when they play that, it also makes their Caryatid, like, tap for mana and stuff. So if I can just counter it, then this doesn't tap for mana, and like a lot of the other stuff that they have doesn't trigger. And if they don't cast it, I'm hitting them in the air, so... Yeah, so that gets countered. Gets exiled. There's our planes. Yeah, let's just keep attacking here. Planes, Pilgrim. So there's a lot of options. I can get removal. I can get Commanding Presence. They're at 12. They have a bunch of cards in hand. I feel like something like Commanding Presence can go a long way against their deck. Especially with Hero of the Pride. Like, just going wide, it gives us a way to attack in with our Transcendent Envoy. There's the Nexus Wardens. Yeah, like, I don't know. Removal against Nexus Warden seems worse than just getting this down. So there's a plains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're one land away. Kind of want to just put this on Hero of the Pride and just smash. Yeah. Because I can even give him Indestructible now. Hit, 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 hit. And I can, they're probably going to chump this with something, but if they don't, then I can Karametra's Blessing, pump my whole team, and just do a lot of damage. Destroy X target. That is pretty good. So, that's really good, actually, because now they can block with the Death Toucher. Man, Heliod's Intervention is busted. Because this is going to be a 3/2. So I can do this now to give it Indestructible and save it. It doesn't save the enchantment, but it saves the creature. Or I can save my 2/2 flyer. That might honestly... No, the 2/2 flyer doesn't do much against the Nexus Warden, so let's save the Hero of the Pride. This is essentially stopping them from being able to block with their Death Toucher profitably. And so it still is 6 power coming in at them. So if they want to deal with it, they either have to chump or take 6. I think the blocks are like Death Touch here. They can take 9 and go to 3. Oh, that actually seems okay as well. And then as long as we can draw land and get Hero Best the Sea God down, we should be okay. Especially now that we got rid of that Death Toucher. Opponent has a lot of search for X land cards. Huh. Wow, they got Nylea's and Heliod's Intervention. That's kind of gas. It's weird that they didn't, It's kind of a weird play. Let's hit a land. There we go. There we go. Make the Kraken. Go. Can you kill it? Otherwise you're dead. We both had 6 or 7 mana plays that just won the game. Mine's a little bit more reliable and scary though. Alright. Cool, cool. So we know they have a lot of enchantment removal. I'm still okay with that because we have an 8/8. Sentinel's Eyes. Go to the Lost Pride. Yeah, I think I'm still okay with that. And I didn't really see much in the way of like creature removal. Inspire Awe. It's a 5 mana 4/4. That does block a lot of their stuff, but it does block a lot of their stuff. But I'm okay. We have, I keep forgetting how much removal this deck has. 3 Dreadful Apathy, the fish thing, Deny the Divine. Yeah, we're fine. Our opponent's rocking the 41 card special, I see. This hand's a little bit slow, but really strong. We got 2 removal spells, a 2/3 Vigilance Lifelink Flyer. Like, what more can you want? And I want to like pop these Dreadful Apathies as soon as possible to basically just play around their, like, what is it, Heliod's Intervention, because you don't want to leave like a bunch of these on and have your opponent just kill all of them, and then you have, you know, you've gotten no value. So if we're kind of at a board stall and I'm just deciding, do I want to use this ability or not, I should just go for it right away. Pilgrim. I think I grabbed the Commanding Presence. That card on Sunmane Pegasus, if unanswered, can just win games as well. Voracious Typhon. It's a good card. So I can Apathy the Typhon, but I think I'm better off using this turn to get down the Pegasus. I know that gives them more mana, but I can't remove it. It'll still be in play to power up the Caryatid, so they're gonna get the mana regardless. Linus, ooh, that's a problem. Yep. Okay. I think the play here is go Vigilance, Lifelink, Dreadful Apathy on the Forerunner, because I would like to exile that first. Just gain a bit of life back, go Plains, exile this. Well, not exile, but do that. And then next turn, what is this? Plummet? Well, they let me gain 2 life, and I did not go for Commanding Presence because that would have ended really poorly, but I'm not in a good spot now. Well, I could be if their hand is bad, because I can exile this. Oh gosh. This card's like kind of unbeatable. Okay. Well, that's a problem. Take 4. Nexus Wardens. It's not unbeatable, but the draw 2 is going to be pretty rough. So they're going to get a 4/4 Human Soldier there. I just kind of have to deal with it. Yeah, I just have to deal with it. They only have 1 card in hand, so I could just draw Kiora Best the Sea God. We've hit quite a few lands here. Yeah, I think I just got to exile this 4/4. The problem is then they just put 3 counters on Nexus Wardens, and then suddenly they have a 4/7. But I guess I can turn that into a fish. That doesn't do that much. Maybe I just play Witness of Tomorrows this turn. They gain trample, but that doesn't really change that much. I actually don't mind that. I do that this turn. I die to Heliod's Intervention or whatever, because that can kill Dreadful Apathy and my Witness, but they have 1 card in hand, and they draw the cards next turn. So if they're like greedy with this and don't target the Human Soldier, I can really get them. They did, so it's a little bit worse. Ugh. The deck is so good. Well, not only is their deck good, this draw has been very good from them. So I think at this point I really have no choice but to double block here. Hang on. So I take 8. They have 1 card. They're about to draw a bunch though, and I can't lock them off of 4 power creatures, but let's see what happens here. I take 8. I fall down to 6. Then I Dreadful Apathy the other Kiora's Forerunner. 2, 3. And then I Commanding Presence my Witness. But I can't exile their creature, so they'll still have trample. So that doesn't work. So I have to double block. That's the only... If I had a pump spell, this would be really good, especially the way they just ordered my blockers. But alas, I do not. That would have been good a little bit ago. 5/3 trample. I can hold off with Commanding Presence. Problem is they draw 2 cards, but can I really beat much? Like, I think I can go Dreadful Apathy on the Typhon, and then Commanding Presence my Heliod's Pilgrim, and if they don't hit anything, they can't attack. If I target this, they hit me for like a bunch of damage. Yeah, we just gotta hope that this works. Defensive Commanding Presence. Go. I don't think this is going to work, but again, this is as good as we're going to get against the first Heroin games plus a bunch of 5/5 creatures. They go up to 4 cards in hand. There are so many things that get me here, but we just need to draw Kiora Best the Sea God and go off. Alright, that is plenty of damage. That card was good in this matchup. I will say that. See you guys round 3. Alright, we're here for round 3 against MBLH. I'm going to keep this hand. It's got a lot of lands, but we got Omen of the Sun plus Bronze Sword, which kind of represents a good defensive ground force, or offensive. Our opponent mulliganed. Feeling good. Last round was tough. We drew kind of rough and our opponent drew well, but I think their deck was a little bit... Well, I don't even know if it was better than ours necessarily, because we have all these like removal effects that are cheaper than their effects. Oh yeah, Omen of the Sun versus the Piper. I don't know why I didn't play the sword turn 1, but I will now. And then we take 2. We gain 2 off Omen. Yeah. Oh, there's Cure Best the Sea God. Perfect. So they can play the counter and enchantment, but I'd much rather have them use that on Omen of the Sun than on Cure Best the Sea God, so I'm okay with this exchange if they do have counterspell. If they don't, this goes really well. Because now I'm trading half of a card for... I guess it's technically half of a card, but it's the relevant half of their card. Omen of the Dead. Well, the thing about that is that creature doesn't do anything now. So they have a 2/1, but I have a 1/1 in play. The only thing that would be a little bit worrisome, so I have 1 white, so this costs 4, that's okay, is if they have like that creature that sacrifices stuff, and for that reason I'm actually going to attack. Because if they have like a way to sacrifice this for cards, basically, that could be bad. I already have a 3/3 blocker. Okay, well, I just took some damage. I still think attacking is probably correct. Their deck doesn't look... It's hard to imagine blue-black being that aggressive. But at the same time, the late game favors me so much because of Cure Best the Sea God. I could play a Chimera, but it's so much more efficient to play this Pegasus here. Again, hitting for 1. Maybe I shouldn't be attacking like this, but it's forcing them to use removal spells, I guess, on my good creatures. Maybe this is wrong. Okay, Brine Giant we can deal with. And now the board is stabilized. We draw land here. We don't draw land, but I can just do this. Hit for 2. No vigilance, because obviously I don't have the mana. Catoblepus, they have enough to kill my Pegasus. A little bit rough, but not the end of the world. Alright, we really want to hit land here. There we go. Not the color land we were looking for, but I can play Chimera and equip Sword to the Soldier. And that's like a pretty strong, like I said, Sword plus Soldier is like a pretty good defensive situation. I'm not going to attack. I'm okay trading with the Catoblepus. Our opponent has 1 card in hand, and all the cards in our hand are insane, so not too mad about our situation. I'm not going to scry off Omen. I'm pretty okay drawing lands or spells. Let's go with, let's attack with the Chimera. I don't even need to. Let's just go Pilgrim. Dreadful Apathy or Commanding Presence. I already have 1. I think I just get more removal spells. That seems fine. And yeah, I can attack with the Chimera here. Play Hero of the Pride. Because like, if I go for Commanding Presence and they kill my Chimera, like, Chimera's already winning me this game. I don't need to give them an out to win this game, to have me win this game less, right? Like, in 5 turns, they die. Commanding Presence would make it 3 turns. But, like, their ground attacks are just bad. So, I think this is fine. Show game log, they put 1 on top. So yeah, if, like, let's say they find a kill spell for my Chimera, or play a Vexing Goal. Okay. It's way better for me if this is just a 3/3, because I have Cure Best the Sea God. So I can still attack in the air here. Could also attack with Hero of the Pride, but that just trades for their Piper. Oh man, are they just gonna single block? I don't know why they wouldn't. I don't know why they would double block. Yeah, so this goes up to 5. Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. And I think I want to just crack Omen, try and hit some more lands. No real reason to move the sword. It was a good attempt by the opponent. Commanding Presence, land. Kind of okay with both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go for it. Like, they're not doing anything. I could put this on Hero of the Pride, because he's like not doing that much on defense, but then that lets my whole team attack for like a lot. And he's a 4/4 first strike. Let's do that. That's way safer. I know it's a little bit less good because they can just block with Discordant Piper, but it's safer because Daybreak Chimera again will win anyway. It actually increases the clock because now Chimera hits for 4. Does that? Yeah, and then I hit for 9. So I attack here, here. The Pilgrim can trade for any creature. Maybe I just swing out. They can hit me back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure. Maybe maybe that was too much? I don't know. We'll see. Piper goes down. I lose my 1/1 soldier. Maybe the soldier attack was a bit too much. Scavenging Heartbeat. 2/1 flying exile something. Sure. So now they're set up to double block my flyer. But I have a removal spell. And we're drawing our land. Land. Exile you. I guess just equip sword to the Chimera. Okay. They didn't even have to see Cure Best the Sea God. So blue-black, kind of nonsense. I don't think I really need that much more removal. I think the deck is good as it is. Like, kind of aggressive, kind of defensive. Everything you need. Alright, we are here for game 2. This hand's fine. Witness of Tomorrow's we can't really cast yet, but we got 5 islands in the deck. We'll get there. And Heliod's Pilgrim, this card's good. I have raised this in my evaluations of white commons pretty highly. Drawing Plains, not good. If we're going to draw lands from here on out, we just want to draw islands, and we specifically only want to draw 2 islands and then nothing else. We'll see if we can get there. No play turn 2, good. Ooh, Pegasus, okay, that's good. So I think, let's see, what did they have as far as removal goes? Not very, ooh, that is a good play. I'm trying to think removal that I saw. They just had a flash creature. I didn't actually see, there was the Catoblepus, but that's really expensive. So I think we're okay. 2 cards on top. To me, that feels like, ooh, sword plus, that's kind of good. Because they can trade off that thing and then, but we just get them with Dreadful Apathy on the reflection. And then this guy never untaps, so we just killed both. Because that plus sword is kind of a combo. More omens. Okay. So we want to draw, probably I'll draw an island next turn. So I can go Pegasus into Witness. We'll see how they scryed. 1 top, 1 bottom. Deal. I'm okay with that too, actually. Pass turn. Man, that this removal spell bought me so much time. So they have 5 mana up. They kept a card on top. I think I'm just not going to cast the, or not. I'm just not going to attack this turn because I don't want to get my 2/3 eaten. Nice. Okay. So now I can just exile that on my turn. Because it's like, or your opponent passes with 5 mana up after scrying at the top. What else could they have? Brine Giant is a 5/6. Okay, they have some threats. And a Mire's Grasp. But 1 card in hand. 1 card in hand. They're going to get to equip the sword. The sword is kind of problematic because that's going to pump him up to 7 toughness. Let's play Pilgrim. Commanding Presence would technically do it. Sentinel's Eyes can help me, like, essentially just deal with this. No, because then they just put the sword on it. So I guess I just get Dreadful Apathy. Lock down their flyer. Hit for 3. The Mire's Grasp was bad, because that lifelink was how I was going to raise. I'm going to take 7 this turn, unless I chump. Maybe I chump. No, I'll take 7 for now. We'll see what happens. Because I want the white devotion in case I need a double spell here. That's a lot of lands. Leans. At this point I'm going to chump. Because double blocking just loses both of my creatures for his 1. I have a lot of removal in this deck. I just need to scry into it. Alright, deck. So what do I want to find? Obviously Dreadful whatever is good. What do they have? 1 card top. I don't like that, but you would scry like basically any creature here to the top, so it's not necessarily like a Windmill Slam win the game card. Not going to take 7. Beginning of your upkeep, each player discards a card. Why could that not be countered? Oh, because of Thrix. That's pretty good. It's pretty big. Hero of the Pride. No, that's not good enough. So now I don't want to play out lands. I think I do scry an upkeep. Kamracha's Blessing. So that's actually kind of good. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Because they're almost certainly going to order their blocks. I'm going to go no attacks. Woman of the Dead. Okay. I guess they have to discard it anyway. So I go down to 3 cards in hand. They draw a card. So we double block. They just have what they drew, so we're just gonna go for this. They're very incentivized to put this first, and then we can give it indestructible. Yeah. Yeah! Oh my gosh. That went really well. Opponent got a little aggressive over here. That's so greedy. You're already winning if I trade here. If you're gonna do it pre-blockers. Because now, like, you just lose the game. They actually probably could have won? Not sure. They have a 6/4. I get to scry. I can give protection. So, I mean, this is going to become a 7/5. 7/5. And then I can just trade with it? Right? Because if I just take this. 6/4, it gets -1/-1 right now. It's going to be a 7/5. So I have to double block, and I have 7 toughness again. I think I bottom this. This Pegasus. Well, it's a 5/3, so I think I just attack for 6. This actually is not too bad. I attack for 6 while this is small, and like I'm okay trading this for either one of my creatures, and then I just jam Pegasus post-combat because they can only hit me for 7. And if they do attack, I have lethal on the backswing. So they can't really attack unless they specifically top deck something. And they didn't even scry before their upkeep. So they're drawing a blank card. Of course, that blank card was like the best draw they could have hit. In fact, I think that might be the best draw they could have hit in their deck. But I guess they played into it by not scrying, right? They needed specifically that card to win. And I'm in a pretty awkward position because I don't have double blue. But can they afford to attack? Yeah, 6 mana 5/5 flyer is pretty good at the late game. Okay, they can't attack. That goes better for me. I'm not scrying anymore, but that is what we wanted. No more complaints. Vigilance lifelink. Hit you for 5. They're down to 3. I'm at 11, so I don't even have to block. I can't think of a reason to exile these, but we'll just keep both activations up in case they draw. So it's interesting why they didn't scry last turn, because they needed to top deck last turn, and they didn't scry. They put a card on top, so we'll see what it is. For only 4 mana, it can't be that scary. Scavenging Harpy. Is that really worth putting on top? That just kind of consigns you to death, right? I'll take 3. So I'm going to exile this. That's good too. So Vigilance lifelink. They're just dead. Maybe they have like a board wipe that I don't know about, but the 2/1 just has to chump block my 3/3. They go to 1 life, and then I have 3 lethal attackers. So, go. Very weird they didn't scry that one turn. The only turn that they actually drew their 6-drop, they didn't scry. Did they like know about it beforehand or something? I don't know. Man, that deck was so good. We just got like min-maxed basically in match 2. We completely wrecked everybody else. Deck was nice. I didn't really win off of this ever. Maybe I wanted more islands in the deck, but turns out when you just have this much removal, you're gonna win anyway. See you guys next time.